Enter Bollywood. सब मिलेगा ZoomTV.in.
राखी सावंत और राहुल महाजन की बात चल रही हो and Simi Chandoke चुप रहे? Impossible. Similarly, don't we want the inside gupshup on all the family jhamelas from our famous star families? Well, all this and more, but first I have to welcome Page 3 pioneer and B-Town expert, Simi Chandoke.
Hi, Supreet.
Hello, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Simi, Bollywood में आजकल बहुत सी family fights देखी जा रही हैं. उसके बारे में आपका क्या कहना है?
Supreet, I think it happens everywhere. Probably, काफी families में होता है, whether it's Bollywood or not Bollywood, whether they're industrialists or, they could be like the common man. I'm sure it's like they say कहानी घर घर की. It probably happens more often. It's just that because this is Bollywood, because this is showbiz, जो rivals होते हैं, जो bitter siblings होते हैं, उन्हें एक platform मिल जाता है to talk about it because these people are famous and we are interested because they are stars. तो इसलिए हम इन्हें ज़्यादा attention देते हैं and these stay in our mind. But tomorrow your neighbor could be having a fight. Who knows, who has what, and there are so many brothers and sisters that don't talk for years and everything. It's very sad, but it's very commonplace. It's just that because they are stars, it becomes a big deal and we talk about it.
What about what's going on with Amir and Faisal? It's been going on forever.
Yeah. He's kind of quiet now, isn't he, though, Faisal?
Yeah, well, not really, because you know how it's been seen. जो problem उठती है वो हमेशा less popular वाले जो less popular लोग हैं वो ही उठाते हैं between the siblings or any kind of rivalry.
Yes,
why
very valid observation. Because the guy who's powerful, the guy who's successful, doesn't have to prove a point, and he's probably being a little careless. I'm not sure, so he doesn't need to prove a point. He has everything, and he's not complaining. And if at all he's being accused of doling out the torture and the unfair treatment, तो उन्हें ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ती. They have too much of fame and success to worry about all this. Secondly, I think कहीं पर एक rivalry issue आ जाता है, एक jealousy आ जाती है, which is what we call sibling rivalry. So wherever you look at, whether it's Amir Khan and his brother Faisal Khan, it's the less successful one. Daler Mehndi, he was so popular at one time and Mika was nowhere. And Daler Mehndi would not even acknowledge him and nobody could ever ask him anything and he wouldn't care to talk about Mika or that I'm upset with him or that we don't get along. But Mika, unke haath mein ek microphone though, and he will say to everybody ki, my brother is not giving me a break, he's jealous, he's this, he's that. And today, Mika is not complaining about his brother anymore because Mika is successful today and Daler Mehndi is somewhere at the back. And so, it's kind of ended and now they're talking. So I think somewhere it is jealousy that does make a difference. I mean, if you look at Asha Bhonsle and Lata Mangeshkar, we used to hear stories ki Lata Mangeshkar apni Mercedes mein ja rahi hoti thi and Asha Bhonsle would be probably standing at a bus stop. I don't know. We weren't around at that time. So we have read about these stories and, heard about them. And it was always Asha Bhonsle and, it's always the underdog. And she used to talk about it. I'm not sure if she spoke about it, but it was always like, Asha. It was always the underdog that, would make the noise or would probably get written about or talked about. And then when Asha became successful and, she's probably more popular today, suddenly there's no talk of rivalry. So I think somewhere their lack of success does play a role into it and they tend to be probably a little envious if not jealous and that's why they tend to make more noise than the more successful ones.
तो जहाँ कहा जाता है कि घर की बात घर पे रखनी चाहिए, बॉलीवुड में ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Yes. Plus, if Amir Khan turns around and says, oh, Faisal is this and Faisal is that, are we interested? No. But if Faisal turns around and says, Amir Khan gave me psychiatric pills and he forced me to go to, a psychiatrist and he was mean to me and blah, blah, blah. Yes, we are interested because he's giving us gossip on Amir Khan. So it's the same thing. The moment they give us some gossip on a star or somebody who's very successful, we are listening to. That's the whole thing.
गॉसिप की बात से मुझे एक और फैक्ट याद आ रहा है which is कि अगर आप टीवी देखें और उसको कंपेयर करें फिल्म्स के साथ, फिल्म्स में goody behavior works fabulous, but in TV the more gossip you have on you, the bigger star you are.
Yes.
Why is that?
Supreet, again, I cannot agree with you more. You're being really intelligent as always, but today you're sharper. But yes, it's true, and I think film stars are a different quality altogether, and yes, they have to keep a certain image, and that's what works for them. But Sunny, TV mein, I think there is a trend that that people enjoy filth, and I do not necessarily blame the TV channels because उनके viewers देख रहे हैं, उनके viewers grab कर रहे हैं, उन्हें TRPs मिल रही हैं, ratings मिल रही हैं. So because the TRPs are working, because the shows are successful and the viewers are liking it and rewarding them with great ratings and success rates, that's why these channels are putting all these ganda people on their channels. I mean, अगर viewers नहीं चाहते, तो we won't be seeing a Rahul Mahajan or a Rakhi Sawant or anybody. But I just feel that people are looking for dirt.
So it's basically our fault as viewers that we're making them big?
I don't know. I'm not a viewer for these kind of things. I just probably will surf and move on. But yes, मुझे लगता है यहाँ पर एक factor होता है कि when people watch the dirty linen in public, it's like you don't want to do it, but you want to watch them, And there's a certain scandal element, कि जो मैं नहीं कर सकता. Either it's something too foolish that you don't want to do, or it's something too shocking. So something as foolish as Rahul Mahajan going hey 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 hey, on his shows and laughing stupidly and or whatever, hitting his woman or womanizing or drugs or whatever he's doing. It's like the common man cannot even dream of doing these things. So somewhere there's a certain, smart angles, that certain pleasure he gets out of watching things that he can never even dream of doing. So it's that, or it's like, people usually when they look up to stars, they're looking up to them and, they really worship them.
Moral obligation also goes
यहाँ पर एक उन्हें मजा आता है कि they're looking down on somebody. So, when Rakhi Sawant comes and talks about her silicone breasts and, she's talking about मेरी माँ ने ये किया और मेरी माँ ने वो किया, and she's speaking in broken English and everything, So they're getting that kind of glee, उन्हें एक मजा आ रहा है कि oh God, this idiot, she doesn't know how to speak English and, they don't know how to dress, they don't know how to talk. So you can kind of actually look down on them. You're sitting in your living room and you're feeling more superior than them. I think that mentality is at work with our TV viewers and they kind of love that sleaze.
और अगर उनकी तरफ से सोचे तो these people say they're keeping it real, that's why there's so much in demand. कि जो दूसरों के घर में होता है वो हम खुलेआम करते हैं, हमारा कोई pretense नहीं होता है, इसलिए हमें जनता like करती है.
Well, if they want to say that, they can, but I don't think that's the real thing because अगर राखी सावंत अपने तमाशे public में नहीं करती, तो I don't think she would be in any of these shows. If Rahul Mahajan was not on Big Boss and flirting with all those girls and everything, again, I don't think we would be talking about him, We are not talking about his uncle who killed his dad, Pramod Mahajan, but we're talking about Rahul because he's willing to come to our living rooms on our screen and make a fool of himself and say, mere pe haso, main cartoon hu, main joker hu, I'm an idiot, and he's letting us take pot shots. So if they were not doing this in public, I don't think they would be public figures.
Do you think, Simi, this behavior is only evident in India?
No, I don't think so. So we should not accuse just Indians of loving sleaze and all this dirt and all these clowns. I think it's true the world over. When I was in America, I used to watch the same thing. Jitne bhi reality shows hain, they're all, drug addicts and gamblers and, yes, loud mouths and, making fools of themselves, and they're drunk on TV and they're drunk in their homes and the cameras are on. And even the other so-called reality shows, there are like women kissing two men and they're all fighting with each other. And come on, we don't wear bikinis and sit in spas every night. We do not do it. And it's unreal. And again, it's the same thing. They're like one woman fighting over four men. And it does not happen in real life. I mean, I don't think it's real at all.
Well, I don't know about those people, but thank you so much for keeping it real for us as always.
My pleasure, always.
It's always great to have you on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much.